This episode is brought to you by Squarespace, the all-in-one platform for building a cool-looking and professional website. Today, we're going on a road trip in southern Puglia to hunt for unique Italian food and a unique Italian dream home. Our journey will start on the gorgeous coast below Gallipoli and take us inland to explore 4 villages completely off the normal tourist routes. Real hidden gems. Just a light snack to start off the day. We'll discover that this is a part of Italy where traditional cuisine is taken very seriously. Oh, and the dream home I found is a storybook palazzo built in 1707, presenting all of the characteristics of a noble Apulian home that we all know and love. Andiamo.
Oh, sento il tuo cuore che batte, un respiro ci scioglie come il vento che accarezza le foglie.
So it's not quite beach season yet. We're late March, so the good weather doesn't really start until late April at earliest, early May. And so still one of these very peaceful scenes that you'll get here along the coastline in Salento at this time of year. Very nice for having this sea to yourself. But you're not here to see me lounging on the beach, are you? We're hitting the road. I realize there are still many small towns in Salento which I still haven't shown you, but that offer so much in terms of delicious food and traditional homes for sale. So traversing this idyllic Apulian countryside from the coastline, we'll start our journey. Our first stop is in Taviano. Taviano is a town of 11,000 inhabitants, and its name is straight from the Roman Emperor Caesar Octavian, Ottaviano. It has a beautiful historical center with its share of beautiful piazzas and churches. I'm here to try a very special type of Italian pastry for breakfast. Buongiorno.
Dove vuoi?
Come?
Dove vuoi?
Cosa, delle arance? We're going to the locally famous De Marco pastry shop. So I'm here with Giovanni De Marco, who's the pasticcere here at this pastry shop. And we're in zeppole season because it's right around Father's Day. So zeppole is the tradition. He's going to tell us about it.
La zeppole è un dolce tipico, diciamo, della tradizione quasi italiana, perché comprende tutta l'Italia, dal nord al sud, comprese isole, fanno la zeppola. Qua da noi si fanno di solito crema pasticcera e spuntoni di crema al cioccolato, oppure crema pasticcera e delle amarene. Oggi è la tradizione, diciamo, che si regala sia ai Giuseppe che ai papà. San Giuseppe rappresenta il papà di tutti e i papà di ogni famiglia festeggia con questo dolce che regalano i figli o la moglie o chi per lui.
The one with sour cherry is actually baked and has powdered sugar. Whereas the pistachio one is fried and a dollop of chocolate cream on top as well. This one worries me, in a good way. Just a light snack to start off the day. Don't eat breakfast like this every day, warning. From Taviano to Racale, it's just one small road down. You'll see that these towns along this coast are really one right next to the other, right next to the other. Made it to the town of Racale, population 11,000, just in time to burn off some calories. Racale, a pit stop before our lunch location, has some very friendly locals, one of whom volunteered to give his own introduction to the town.
Io sono Racalino, è un paesino molto piccolo, però ti dico anche una cosa, nel suo piccolo si fa voler bene, perché essendo appunto pochi ci conosciamo tutti, poi abbiamo una piazza che è bella, abbiamo un bellissimo centro storico, te lo assicuro che facciamo anche invidia a molti altri paesi, anche ai paesi molto più grandi. Abbiamo anche una bellissima zona marittima chiamata Torre Suda, distante da qua una manciata di chilometri, però dai, è un bel paese e mi piace essere racalino.
Do you have an idea that you know others will love and that you want to spread out there to the world? Well, the sponsor of today's video, Squarespace, provides you with all the tools you need to build a beautiful website and get your business up and running in a matter of minutes. To start with, you can choose from any of their gorgeously crafted templates, then customize things like your font or color aesthetic. With their drag and drop technology, adding the photos you need on your website is as easy as it gets. You don't need any previous website building experience. The interface is easy and intuitive. Check out, for example, the site I'm putting together. Beautiful, right? There's even an AI function which works just like ChatGPT. You give it a prompt like add an about me description to the website, and it provides a great text. Whether you're a consultant, photographer, interior designer, I recommend building your website with Squarespace. So head to squarespace.com/justdreamitaly to give it a try for free. Then when you're ready to launch your website, use my code JustDreamItaly to get 10% off the purchase of your domain or the website. Felline is our next stop. Felline is an ancient village of only 1,400 inhabitants. It's a pre-Roman settlement and an important center for ceramic production for over 2 millennia. Its 13th century castle is the main monument of the historical center, and overall it has a very charming atmosphere. I'm told that one of the most endearing locations for lunch can be found right around the corner, an ancient monastery converted into a restaurant.
Allora, una cipolla alla brace, e il ripieno è sempre cipolla, midollo, porcini, e questo è un pane che facciamo noi, un pan brioche, che serve a inzuppare appunto nella zuppetta di cipolle.
Ah, è una zuppetta.
È una zuppetta, sì, è una zuppetta.
A soup. I've never seen anything like this. Very original. So you can also eat the onion on the inside. Get your vegetables. Buona.
Sono dei bottoni di patate ripieni di pecorino e pepe, rape in 3 consistenze, e quello è un crumble di frisa alla curcuma.
Anche dall'aspetto molto bello.
Molto buono.
Ooh. So the filling is like a cacio e pepe filling, typical from Rome, like a pecorino cheese. But then you have the typical cime di rape sauce, which is typical of Puglia, all stuffed within this beautiful pillow of a gnocchi. Delicious.
Allora, questo è un cubotto di maiale, sopra abbiamo la cotenna soffiata alla paprika, salsa alla birra e giardiniera fatta da noi, in agrodolce.
Bello. Beh, cubotto perché ha forma di
Perché ha
cubo.
forma di cubo, sì, e capocollo di maiale cotto a basse temperature.
Pork rind with paprika on the top. I got a side of roast potatoes here. Oh my gosh, it melts in your mouth, literally melts in your mouth. It's so tender, so succulent. Wow. Beautiful country landscapes on the way down here. Wow. So we've made it to the town of Alliste, whose name derives from Caliste, a Greek meaning bellissima, that is the most beautiful. This is where we're seeing our dream home today. It's a town of 6,500 inhabitants, and it's one of the most beautiful little towns of this area. All right, so we're at the beautiful palazzo that we're visiting today in the street between the 2 main piazze. This is the second oldest palazzo. Of course, I'm talking about this one. This is the second oldest palazzo of the town by historical records. This is from 1707. During a recent renovation, they uncovered the actual construction data of it on the facade. But it's also very well maintained, and I think this is perfect for those of you who would like to have their own piece of Italian history. They don't make them like this anymore. Let's go inside. So we're entering in from this front facade. As you can see, some beautiful artistic details from the 1700s under the balcony and above in those arches. This is a 330 square meter property. 480K is the asking price, and I think it contains some very unique characteristics, which makes it a compelling property to consider. We walk in from the street level into what is currently the living room. You can immediately see the barrel vaults with the local sandstone, decorative arches, murals on the wall, just really an enchanting space which breathes history. So this was actually previously a restaurant with a receptive space upstairs. To the left here is where the bathrooms currently are located. There's a bigger bathroom here in the back and a secondary bathroom to the right. These certainly would have to be redone in this space. But you can walk into this second part of the living area and you can see a very cozy sitting space. There's a chimney, a fireplace from the epoch. This is original from the 1700s. In this living room, there's also a massive barrel vault. And walking here to the left is where the kitchen used to be in the restaurant. So this used to be a restaurant on this ground floor. This was the kitchen. In the back there is a locker room, so a big storage space. This area could actually be rethought and reimagined in a separate manner as well. There's an independent entrance there to the back. To the left is a sort of elevator that has been installed, and that's because upstairs there was a sort of receptive space with tables, and so plates can be brought up and down to the server so they didn't have to be coming back and down the stairs. We'll walk back into the living room. You can see this is the dual entrance of the building. It kind of has two facades, one in the front, one in the back. Out in the back, it brings us into this beautiful little piazzetta with a church there, a really gorgeous historical church, basically around the 1700s as well. This whole block seemed to have been built in the same time period. And you can see it's a gorgeous church with star vaults, definitely in a Puglian style. So we'll head back on the inside. We'll have a look at what the balcony is like on the top once we head up there. And this brings us to the stairs. There's also an individual entrance to the stairs. So that can be rearranged or reimagined in a different way. Halfway up, we have a very comfortable, very convenient storage space. This is where the chairs are currently being stored. But whenever you can carve out a cubby or an extra space to store things in, it's definitely useful in any type of home. This brings us up to what is the first floor. Turning to the left brings us into what is currently bedroom number 1. Very nice bedrooms. These have barrel vaults as well with the revealed stone. And looking out this window kind of gives us a view of that front street that we entered in on. So here we are under this little arch next to those two big arches. We have a view down there into the square with the church. And cutting across brings us into this, I think, the highlight room of the property, let's say. So a very luminous, very ample living space. Beautiful star vaults, probably about 5 meters high. It was a massive, voluminous space. There in the corner, a really beautiful conversation area next to the historical fireplace, with plenty of light being let in because we have the balconies that we saw from that back side of the building. But turning to the left here, we have a view of the second bedroom. Currently 2 bedrooms set up here. Another really big space, or really big bedroom. High ceilings with the star vaults, the revealed stone, and even some cubbies dug into those walls there on the side. But we'll come out here and have a look onto that front balcony, that beautiful historical front balcony. Just an absolute gorgeous view. This is a very unique characteristic of the home. Alliste is a gorgeous town. In Italian, you'd call it a chicca, which is kind of like a gem, a hidden gem. But we'll walk back through. You can have a better look here at this living space in the back. There is what would be a bar with that elevator looking up. And here's a view out the back, this back balcony, which gives you the view of that little square with the church. We'll have a better look at that here from the second door, which is from this side. And above this doors, we have the 1707, which was revealed when work was being done on the building. Here you have a nice view onto the piazzetta. You can see the neighbors leaving on their nice little motor scooters. And this is the third interesting space of this first floor. This can be a third bedroom. This can probably be turned also into a very luxurious bathroom, shower, some kind of suite, since currently there are no bathrooms on this floor. But it does, once again, give you access onto this gorgeous characteristic balcony of the property. I can see this property being used as a sort of receptive structure, so a B&B, but with some kind of element involved in cooking. So this could be a great place to have your own cooking courses, your own yoga courses, some kind of stayover place where you're specializing and using the space that would integrate perhaps an event into, or a business into the structure. But we'll cut back across here. This is that beautiful corner with the fireplace before we head to the stairs, which bring us up to this next floor. So you can see it's a historical building with these high stairs that you'll get in these castle-like structures. And it brings us up into another room. I don't know if this can be converted into a bedroom, perhaps cutting it off with a separate wall. You can build in another bedroom here, but even as a sort of breakfast space, giving you access into the balcony. So from down below, this could be a nice way to use it. And that's what brings us to the top floor. This is the Lastrico Solare, the terraces that can really be turned into something special here in Puglia. From here you have gorgeous views upon the most interesting monuments of Alliste, also the views there of the hills and the countryside. You can see actually the sea from here as well. And even on the other side of the building, you have views of the bell towers of the churches. You have views of the dome of the cathedral there from that main square. This is a gorgeous property, and the right person who has the passion and the idea to bring life into it, I think, would have something very special on their hands. So guys, like, subscribe, comment below. What did you think of this palazzo, the places that we ate at, and the beautiful towns that we saw here along the Ionian Sea? Support me on Patreon if you're interested in the work that I'm doing on this channel. See you next time. Ciao.